Fight on, fight on, fight on. Trojan Baze here, and welcome to the Trojan Baze football show. All things Trojan football, college football, and I start with the KABOOOOMM recruiting roundup. Rounding up, you know, how they do, like, you know, the what do you call the steers up in the western Montana, the steer, you know, getting the heifers. I don't know what a heifer is. Anyway, KABOOOMM is for 5-star Jerome Myles out of Corner Canyon in Utah. It was down to USC, Texas A&M, and Utah. The Utes and the Texas A&M Aggies. Are they the Aggies? I think they are the Aggies. And, of course, the Trojans of USC and Mr. Myles and KABOOOMM. He picked the Trojans. 5-star. Looks to be an elite prospect. 6'2", 6'3", 210. Runs 10.3. Now, who knows? This guy's fast. There's word that he injured his knee for the season. He might be out for the season. Hopefully, wish the young man, if that's the case, a speedy recovery. I do not know if he's an early enrollee or a fall enrollee, but for 2025, SC got a good one. I mean, this fella has all the measurables: speed, range, length, you know, big guy, and he probably puts an end to wide receiver recruiting for this upcoming class, I would think. Right? We got 4 good ones. Myles, Eisen from Romero Eisen from a good old Baltimore, Maryland. Corey Sims out of Missouri, and also Tanu Kynes out of Texas. I think that will wrap it up. Now, again, with this house settlement that they're talking about, I guess we'll know more about it in about a week when it comes to the NIL. Revenue sharing roster limitations. Now, if the roster limitations do go up to 105, right now it's 85, and that's one of the things that, you know, as a college football coach, program fan, like, can you please get to some kind of settlement? So, you know, like, if I was a coach, I'd be going crazy. What do I recruit? 25 kids, 35 kids, 45 kids? I mean, if you're talking adding on another 20 scholarship players to a roster, that's a huge amount, right? So, will it affect recruiting this year? I don't know. I guess you're kind of stuck in a no man's land as a coach and a staff. Like, what? We have 10 more rides to give, 15, 20? I mean, so if it's just like what it's been regularly, my goodness. I'm excited. KABOOOMM. It's KABOOMski time. I mean, I'm excited. Anyway, SC moved up to 11th in the recruiting rankings on 247. On Rivals, I think they're 13th. They're knocking on top 10. They still have a couple of outstanding, like maybe guys who are ready to commit. One of them is a JC out of Mississippi. His name is Hardy. Let me get exactly his name here. Xavion Hardy. He visited for the Utah State game, heard good things. So he could be a possible commit anytime now. Also, linebacker Madden Faremo out of J. Sarah is another one. And if SC gets those two, they're, gonna go further into, creeping maybe top 5. There's still some more flips that are possibly going to happen in the next few weeks, especially if SC shows it on the field like they have done. Recruiting has really taken off. This whole NIL thing, I don't want to get into because that's such a crazy, I think that's part of it. Also, another huge part of it is their success on the field. And if SC beats Michigan, continues doing well, is rising in the rankings, its proof is in the pudding, right? And these players, these high schoolers are seeing the success of the team, complementary football, sound football, good, way better defense. You're seeing it on the recruiting trail as well. So, are there flips? Yeah, there are potential flips. I don't really think Justice Terry and Elijah Griffin, the two big-time D tackles out of Georgia, I don't think so. Jakeem Stewart, the 2026 guy, young man out of Louisiana who reclassified for the 2025 class, I think we have a better shot at him. Actually, a really, really good shot at him. And that guy is a monster. A monster. He'll just rip you apart. He'll just like, rah, right? That one could be an addition to our 2025 class. Don't know if he's an early enrollee, fall enrollee. I don't know what that is. But if you were an early enrollee, wow. And that's not a flip, but we have others like Alex Graham, who's a DB out of Detroit. Didn't sign with Colorado, committed to Colorado. Dorian Brew, who committed to our favorite, those Quacks up in Eugene. He could be a potential flip. He's a DB out of Texas, and others. But it looks like we're kind of nearing, if we are shooting around the 25 scholarship, 30, nearing, because right now SC has signed 20, a total of 20 commits. Probably 5 to 10 more, I would think. I don't know about the whole 105. I don't know how that's going to work out. So if they're allowing 105, if that ever passes, starting next year, yeah, that radically shifts. I mean, like you're talking teams like, what are they going to get? 20, 25 transfer commits? That's a lot. That's crazy. So yeah, I think there needs to be some kind of, hey, the decisions made, federal level, House settlement, 105 rosters. We know all this moving forward. Anyway, it's all part of the whole recruiting decisions, landscape. SC's looking really, really good, especially also for 2026. We'll keep on updating these recruiting rankings, how things are going. But Jerome Myles, wow, that's a big one. That's a 5-star. Gonna really like that. That's so promising for the future, for you, especially USC offense and that explosiveness. Fight on.